Grade 8 Vinschool, and followed by this, is one of the greatest American novels. Can I have the clicker, please? Okay, that's weird. Thanks a lot. Followed by this, one of the greatest American novels. The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. The author of the novel was Samuel Clemens, aka Mark Twain, a remarkable, brilliant American writer, publisher, and lecturer. Mark Twain was like the root of American literature, especially of American humor. In fact, the guy is so famous for his works, there are academic prizes and awards named after him, such as the Mark Twain Prize for American Humor, or the Mark Twain Prize for his awards, and so on. But the book's title is The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. You may call it Huckleberry Finn in short form. The type work is novel. Its genre is picaresque novel. A picaresque novel is an episodic, colorful story, often in the form of a quest or a journey. So an adventure is a journey too, right? The language that the author used in the book was English. Obviously, he was an American writer. It was written from 1876 through 1883, both Connecticut and New York. The guy travels a lot. The narrator of the story was Huckleberry Finn himself, and also in Huckleberry Finn's point of view. The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn may be considered as a sequel to Mark Twain's previous story, The Adventures of Tom Sawyer. It's a good one too. Let's get to the plot. We can just summarize The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn in the following slides. It's a tale of Huckleberry Finn, a 13-year-old boy got adopted by a kind woman with her Douglas and her sister, Miss Watson. So Huckleberry Finn's right here. He fakes his own death and runs away from civilization and his drunken father, who beats him up a lot. So I would run away too if I was him. Terrible. He travels down the river Mississippi on a raft with his companion Jim, an escaped slave. So we have Mr. Jim and Mr. Huckleberry Finn. And on this journey, they are intersected by a number of interesting and also depraved people, highlighting the river scammers of the Duke and the King. The Duke's the tall one, the King is the fat one also. Or we can just summarize it into 3 dots. The young boy Huckleberry Finn, plus escaped slave Jim, and their conflicts with the society around them down the river Mississippi. Well, every book has its meaning. Well, Mark Twain put a lot of meaning in the book too. That's how we have the themes and the motives. First theme, racism and slavery. Well, the author Mark Twain wrote the book when slavery is still a fact of life, so it's okay for you to have a slave or do a slave in your home at that time. That places Jim the slave under the control of the white society, no matter how bad, how degraded that society may be. As a result, we have the world of moral confusion in which the good white people express no concern about the injustice and the cruelty of separating Jim from his family. Next up, we have intellectual and moral development. Huckleberry Finn is a poor and uneducated boy who distrusts the society that fails to protect him from abuses. By the novel's end, Huck has developed the ability to read the world around him, to distinguish good, bad, white, or wrong, and so on. A feature in the novel that Huckleberry Finn's moral development is sharp contrast to the character of Tom Sawyer, who is influenced by a number of bizarre adventure novels. That's a cool guy. Motives. Motives are literature features that are repeated again and again in the novel to make something obvious. We have lies and scams. The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, it's full of lies and scams, and many of them come from the Duke and the King. And yet, sometimes Huck tells a lie too, and even harms a few people, but it serves as his learning process. And he realized that sometimes telling a lie can be a good thing. It depends on its purpose. Last but not least, superstitions and folk beliefs. Well, the Jim character displayed here, during the novel, he spreads a wide range of superstitions and folk tales. Now, Jim's superstition serves as an alternative to social teaching. Besides, it provides us a reminder that the original, the mainstream conventions are not always right. So, you read a book for a purpose. So we have the conclusion. After reading The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, you may and will enjoy your time reading one of the first and greatest American novels, understand racism and slavery back in the 1800s, You will know how moral and development process works on people. Knowledge more information about scams. This one is important. See how superstition are going back in those days, and well, fast satisfied after finishing a classic novel, and so on. It depends on your perspective and the way of reading the novel. So, as I mentioned early on, we should choose the classic starts version of the Adventures of Huckleberry Finn from Stern Field's book. So, why the classic starts version? Classic starts versions are bridged for easier reading and carefully rewritten, so that with classic starts, young readers can experience timeless and wonder stories from an early age. Each classic novel is still filled with all the magic, all the wonders, all the excitement that made the original one a beloved favorite. This is my book review for The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn from Mark Twain. Thank you. Stay classic, everybody. Stay classic.